Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is CJ and I post beauty videos here on YouTube, which is what you are so kindly watching right now. Oh shoot, you can only see my freaking mirror in here, which I guess I don't need it because I'm not putting makeup on today. Anyway, so today I'm going to be going through like 10 plus mascaras that I have tried in my life and basically ranking them on how they performed, what I thought about them, and that's it. This is gonna be like my kind of, I guess, ultimate mascara guide. Also, we are dog sitting my brother's dog because he's in the hospital again. If you don't know, my brother has cancer. It's great. It's a great time. But anyway, his dog is the brother to our dog, Chewy, which I have a video of like when we got the two of them. I'll put it up here if you are, and if you're so inclined to watch it. It's a cute video. When life was a lot better, like pre-COVID. But anyway, so yeah, today I'm gonna be doing kind of like my ultimate little mascara guide. I am 27 years old. I know this is like a weird intro, but I'm 27 years old. I have very tiny eyeballs, and I guess like something that I've always been very into is trying new mascaras, just because I feel like mascara for my face is the biggest, it makes the most difference. All right, so I know that everyone has like different goals and like I don't want to say, I was gonna say like end games because I just like watching the Taylor Swift Reputation thing on Netflix, but everyone has like what they want out of a mascara. So some people, they might want like volume, fullness, whatever. Some people might want length. Some people might, you know, want whatever. For me, because my eyes are very tiny and the only way I really look awake is if they're long and curled, I look for first length and second curl in a mascara. Volume is a very happy addition to what I get, but sorry, as I said, I'm dog sitting and they're currently fighting or playing on the bed right here. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what I typically look for in a mascara. And also longevity. I don't want any like sort of transfer or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to start with like my favorite mascara and then just go to the worst, because I know negativity gets a lot of views, or like tea. So if you want the tea on like my least favorite mascara, stay tuned. So my first holy grail favorite mascara of life is this. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. It's the mint green one. It's like $5. You can get it at the drugstore. It's beautiful. I love it so much. It is the best. I recommend it to everyone. I recommended it to my boyfriend's mother. I recommended it to my mother. Anyone who needs a mascara in their life, I'm like, Essence Lash Princess, the mint green one. You gotta get it. It just, I don't know what it is about this thing. First of all, it's incredibly inexpensive. It is good for anyone's wallet. I don't care what you say. I mean, most people's wallets. I don't know. I don't want to like assume people's positions, like financial positions. But anyway, it's lengthening. It doesn't have that much of a curl to it, which I will say, I wish it did have a little bit more of that. But I pair it with my, it's a lash primer by Blink, and those two together, you guys, so good. That's like it's my absolute holy grail. It is my favorite mascara in the whole wide world. It does not crumble, it does not flake, it does not transfer. It gives you a little bit, it gives you volume, it gives anything that you need. The brush is absolutely incredible. As you will see as I go through my list, brushes are very important to me, because just like, as I've said like 5 times, I have very tiny eyeballs. So like really big, thick brushes freak me out, because I just get stuff everywhere because they're too big. They're too big for my eyes. This one is the perfect size. It is a natural bristle. Honestly, I typically gear towards more rubberized bristles, which I know is like a very unpopular opinion, but this, I will say, I love this one. It's got a natural bristle. But yeah, holy grail. I will forever recommend this in my life. I've used it for, I think, like almost the entirety of this year when I first tried it, and I just, it's A+, A+. All right, so my number 2 I don't have with me. I had like a little graveyard of mascaras like in a bucket, and I can't find it. So I only have like 4 of the mascaras that I'm going to talk about, but I have tried all of them, obviously, because I'm giving them in recommendations. But I did have this one. I just don't remember like the little carcass of it. That was weird. Where, you know, the thing went. But anyway, my number 2 is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. Okay. The only downside to this one is it's pretty pricey. It's $28 for a mascara, but it's a tubing mascara, which means it doesn't crumble, it doesn't flake, and you don't have to go like full in like oil cleanser, micellar water to get it off. Really, you just need warm water, and it's so freaking satisfying if you're like weird and into that sort of thing. But all you gotta is like kind of put warm water on it, and you just pull it, and it's like these little bitty black tubes. So satisfying. It's so good. I love this one so much because I live in southern Louisiana. All right, it is humid, it is hot always, and so a lot of times if it's like super humid outside or super hot outside, which it is like 85% of the time because it's Louisiana, mascaras tend to transfer or crumble or run, especially if you have tiny eyeballs that are prone to like getting super watery. Like, this mascara is a humid, warm climate person's dream. It is so good. First of all, it does make your lashes look incredibly longer. It's not the most volumizing mascara in the world, which that has never been like a problem of mine. Like, as I said before, like I always tend to go towards more lengthening, curling mascaras. And that is what this is. It is perfect. Like, what it sets out to do, it does, okay? And like, I mean, I'll go outside. Like, I know when we had our meeting at my office about COVID, and we were like, we're gonna work from home the next few months. We held this meeting outside in our parking lot, and everyone was like obviously like social distanced or whatever, but it was like a long ass meeting because we're there talking about how we're all gonna work from home. But anyway, we were out there for like a really long time, and I didn't have any transfer, any running, I know that's not a word, but I'm gonna make it one. But anyway, it's just such a good, solid mascara. A part of the reason I probably love it so much is because of like the climate I'm in, so I might feel a little bit differently if like I was in it, but it is so beautiful. It's so pretty. I love it so much, and it's the only reason it's underneath the Essence one is because it is so expensive. It is $28, but I will say Thrive Cosmetics, like when you buy from them, they also like send a product off to like a woman in need, like in a woman's shelter or something. So if you have the dollar is going to a really good spot. So, all right, so number 3 on my list is, I haven't used this in so long, but it was my holy grail for years, and I really kind of want to try it again just to see. But it is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I don't have it with me because it says that I haven't tried it and like I haven't used it in so long, but I have like a Google Doc going, and I was like, oh, I've tried this mascara and this is what I thought of it, and I just remembered that I used it, and I remember how much of a holy grail it was to me. I loved the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. So it was a rubberized bristle, which I know that like a lot of people don't like those, but I loved that one. But it was like a curved rubberized bristle, and it was just so good. Like, it got into your lashes so well, and didn't like it really was super good about like separating, defining, lengthening. And then, you know, the brush, it did have that little bit like curve to it, so it did kind of curl. I think a lot of like curlage has to do with like the formula of the mascara, not exactly the shape of the brush. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, it's a curved brush, just to make your eyelashes curled. I've never, unfortunately, experienced like a curved thing making my lashes stay curled. It's always purely a formula thing. But I will say it did lift, it did separate, it lengthened, it defined. It wasn't too thickening, but as I said, that's not always like top tier on my list and what I want. But oh my god, that mascara was such a holy grail for me for years. And I kind of forgot how it felt, like, you know, I forgot how much I loved it. And so now I'm just like, I need to try that again and just like see I kind of want to do like a Essence day and then a Maybelline day and like see which is better, you know what I mean? I don't know if y'all would be interested in that. Let me know if you are. Maybe. All right, so the next one is the Wander Beauty, I think it was like the Mile High Club. sexual reference. This one was a natural bristle, but it was curved, and I remember really liking it. I haven't used it in quite a while. I remember like a couple of years ago I used it and I absolutely loved it. I swore by it. I thought it was incredible, and then I got it again like in a BoxyCharm or something, and then it crumbled everywhere. Like it became such a crumbly little mess on me, and that's why it's not higher on my list, is because I remember loving it. It was more thickening than like the Maybelline one and the Thrive Cosmetics one. It was way more thickening, but it was also like very defining and lengthening. But I will say, like, it crumbled a lot the second time that I used it. I didn't really remember that happening to me when I first used it, but when I first used it, it was years ago, and I wasn't nearly as like makeup obsessed as, I mean, I'm not obsessed, but like makeup into it as I am now, like as a comparative standpoint, I guess, if that makes sense. But I did really like it, but then I used it again and I was like, this crumbles everywhere. Even brand new. Like I know like most mascaras, when you've had them for a really long time and they're starting to get like expired, the crumbliness, if that's never been like a thing before, that's usually a telltale sign that it's getting like, you need to chunk them and you need to get a new one. This one, like fresh out of the box, fresh out of like for the first time, crumbled. So all right, so the next, it's kind of like on the same tier. I would say this one and the Wander Beauty one are probably like the same tier, but it's the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. It came in like that purple, like almost fabric-y little tube. It was a weird, I mean, it was super cute, but it was like a fabric-y little tube. Again, expensive for mascara. I think mascaras are like one of the things that you can get from the drugstore and not sacrifice on quality at all. Like you can spend a third of the price and get the same quality at the drugstore for mascaras that you can get from like Sephora or Ulta or whatever. I mean, I remember really liking this mascara, and as you'll see, like the middle, you know, like the ones in the middle of the list, they're like, I liked it. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't great, but like it was good. You know what I mean? So that's like, it's just that kind of, like, it was really good. I used it up. I liked it. Wasn't worth the money. Never repurchased it. I'm not ever gonna repurchase it because it was not memorable. So that's that. Okay, so the next two I kind of consider the same thing, except just one's more expensive, and that is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, as well as the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. The L'Oreal Lash Paradise, I'm pretty sure, came out after the Better Than Sex, I'm pretty sure. And it's a direct dupe. It's the same thing. It's just cheaper. But it is the same thing. Like the brush is the same. The packaging is incredibly similar. And I'm not talking about, like, I know a lot of people swear by the Too Faced Better Than Sex, the waterproof one that comes in like in that little mint green packaging. I'm not talking about that one because I've never tried that one. I'm talking about like just the normal in the pink tube Better Than Sex. So I'm talking about, I didn't really like either of these. The Too Faced brush, I remember being really big for me and making me a little uncomfortable. Like I didn't like how big it was because I always felt like I would put stuff on my upper lashes and it kind of go down there because just it was so big, you know. And then it just wasn't my favorite. Like it just wasn't that good, you know what I mean? Like, and it was such a moment, like the Too Faced Better Than Sex, like that's on everyone's like allure lists and whatever. Like it's always such like a cult classic mascara, and I just did not like, I mean it was okay, but I didn't love it like at all. And then on the same note, okay, the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which was a cheaper dupe of the Too Faced Better Than Sex, I remember I tried this, I think I tried 2 different bottles, honestly, because I was like, okay, because I tried it at first and I'm like, I don't get it. And I was like, maybe I got it done. And so I got another one. I was like, okay, I really don't get this. That thing, okay, it crumbled like crazy. It crumbled really badly. Like I just remember like putting it on and just like within minutes, it just being all right here. And it was not cute. I liked the brush. It was more natural bristles. The wand wasn't too terribly huge like the Too Faced one was, but I really didn't like it. And I will say it was L'Oreal, so I mean it was a little, I mean it was cheaper than the Too Faced one, obviously, but L'Oreal is kind of pricey. And then it got to the point where like the Lash Paradise, you can have it open for like 3 weeks and it goes bad and then you're done. So I mean, you're like having to buy a new mascara. Like I know mascaras are one of the things you have to buy pretty regularly because they go bad super quickly, but not within 3 weeks. 3 weeks is a lot, okay? And so when you're having to go buy like a new Lash Paradise every 3 weeks because that racks up, okay? And so that's why I really didn't like the Lash Paradise. You know, everyone raved about it and I was like, okay, first of all, it crumbles like a crapo. That made no sense, but it crumbles, and then you have to replace it like every 3 or 4 weeks. It's just not worth it, you know, because you think, oh, it's from the drugstore, but is it really drugstore pricing when you're having to repurchase it so much? I didn't think so. So there's those two. All right, so the next one is by Tarte, and it is the Man-Eater mascara. It's the one that comes in like the little leopard print thing. I remember liking the formula. What I really hated about this mascara was the brush. It was super long, super thick, rubber bristles, which rubber bristles I'm all for. Like they don't bother me at all, but this was like so big, and it was too long and it was too thick. I'm so, like, I know this sounds so weird, but it just was. And I remember like kind of hurting putting it on because you have to be so careful, like not to get it on your eyelids or to get it anywhere else. A lot of rubbery bristles can be way too stiff, and that's when it starts to kind of hurt. And so that was what this one was, the Tarte Man-Eater. It was too long, it was too stiff, and it hurt. And if you find that a little funny, so do I. But I'm not gonna say anything because, well, I mean, I'm not monetized anyway, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, that's what I have to say about that mascara. All right, so the next is the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. So this mascara was one of the ones, you know, when you like are walking through the store and you see like the before and after on the packaging, and you see the after and you're just like, holy shit, that's what I want my face to look like. And it reels you in, even though it's expensive. That's what the It Cosmetics Superhero one was. I loved the brush. Everything about it I loved, but I will say any other mascara that I've complained about being crumbly, this one is like 2 times that. I mean, everywhere. I mean, it crumbled everywhere. It was just like a mess. It was a mess. It was so beautiful when you first put it on, but then like as you go throughout your day, it just crumbles and gets everywhere, and you're just like, nope, I'm not about it. I'm not about it. And that was that on that one. Okay, so next is a blast of the past, honestly. It's the CoverGirl, sorry, I have like notes right here, but it was the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. It was the old school one in like the big thick orange packaging. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I remember this because of high school. It's one of the few things of high school I have unfortunately not blocked out. But anyway, so I remember that being the mascara that all the pretty girls wore. I remember like any of my friends who, you know, if I ever like hung out with someone I thought was like super pretty, like too pretty to be hanging out with me or whatever, that was the mascara they used. And then I tried it and it did nothing. No, first of all, the brush, the bristles, way too big. I could not, it was so uncomfortable for me to use. But then, like, it didn't do anything for my lashes. Like, not a damn thing. Like, I remember it made them black and that was it. And I was just like, what? Why? Why do I not look like the freaking 90-pound girl sitting next to me with, like, the football boyfriend? You know, I was never into the footballers. But you know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those things that I was like, it was so used by like the pretty people, and then like you use it and you're just like, okay, well, why am I not pretty? I think it's really good for people with like naturally already like long kind of defined lashes. I think that's typically who likes it. But I feel like if you're like kind of working from ground zero and you don't really have anything to build upon, it's not for you. And I just remember it kind of making me feel like an ugly bitch, you know what I mean? Because you're just like, because all the pretty people wore it and that was like their mascara, and then you try it and you're just like, I'm still ugly. Thanks, CoverGirl. All right, so the next two are, I've used both of them only once, okay? I've only used them each once. because they sucked so hard. And the second to last one, I will say, it's only second to last because Jessica Braun recommended it. That's why I got it, and I love her, and she usually never steers me wrong, but Jessica, this was not it. I'm sorry. It's probably because she has bigger eyes than I do, but it was the, I actually have these. Okay, it was the Bambi Eye Mascara by L'Oreal. I got this purely off of Jessica Braun's recommendation, not thinking, oh, her eyes are huge and beautiful and great and whatever, and I'm just like, that probably is not going to work for me, and it didn't, but I still bought it. Look how monster this is. Do you see how big that is? That is insane. It pained me to use this thing. Like, it got, like, it was hard to use because, like, it just got everywhere. I mean, I did try to use it, but it just, like, it got everywhere, and it hurt, and it was uncomfortable. And it's, maybe if you have bigger eyes and you have, like, more of, like, yard space to work with, then maybe it'll be good for you. But yeah, I think if you have bigger eyes, maybe you'll like this, but I couldn't even like truly reap the benefits if there were any for this, because like the brush was just so difficult for me to use and like not get everywhere that I was just like, okay, I can't do this. It's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And so like I just couldn't truly test like the benefits, like the lengthening, the thickening, anything. Like I couldn't test it because I just couldn't even use the bristles because they were just like painful. So that's that one. And then the last one is literally the worst mascara I've probably ever used in my life. It's the LA Girl Volumatic Full-On Volumizing Lash Lifting Mascara. I think, did I use this in a video? I remember filming with this and just hating it. I don't know if I ever posted that video, but I mean, it's got like a brush that I don't hate. It's very spiky, but I just remember using this and it just not doing a damn thing. Like, not a damn thing, you know what I mean? And the reason it's below the L'Oreal one is because, like, I could use the brush. I didn't love the brush, but I could still use it on my lashes, but it still just didn't do anything. You know what I mean? That one, like, I could use, but, like, not to its full extent because it was too big. And so I was just like, I couldn't truly see how well it worked because I couldn't really reap all the benefits of it. This, I could apply it and be like, okay, there should be some benefit. There was none. Not a damn benefit. This didn't do jack shit. It did not do anything. And look, I love LA Girl, okay? Their lip liners, dope. Their eyeliners, dope. Their Shady Slim Brow Pencil it's literally my holy grail alongside of an e.l.f. one. Like, I love LA Girl as a brand, but this mascara is just not at all where it is at. It's terrible. It did not do anything for me, and luckily I only wasted like $3 because LA Girl is very inexpensive, and it's one of the reasons I love them so much. But just don't buy this. This sucks. It's not good. All right, so that's that. That's all the mascaras that off the top of my head were, at least for like the past couple of days, I can remember using, how I felt about them, ranking them, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope this was helpful to you in some sort of way. If you want to know what's on my face, I'll hopefully remember to put it in the description box down below. On my eyes, I have the Huda Beauty Amethyst Seconds palette. My boyfriend's mom got this in her BoxyCharm, and she was like, Chelsea, I'm never gonna use this in my life. And I was like, I'll take it, and I love it. Beautiful. So yeah, so there's that. I hope this video helped you out. If there's any, look, I'm always on the hunt for a good mascara, okay? And I know, like, I love my Essence one, but I really love it with that Blink primer. The Blink primer is kind of expensive, so if you know of a mascara like the LA Girl, or not, like the Essence one that also holds a curl, please let me know, because, you know. Also, none of the mascaras that I talked about are on my lashes right now. There's like a little bit of the Essence one, but I'm ironically wearing false lashes for my mascara video because I felt like it. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and please stick around if you feel so inclined to. Did I say like and subscribe? You should do that if you want to. If you want, I mean, if you want to, do what you want, dude. Bye. See you in my next one. Okay. All right, huh?